let's start the podcast. So, guys, this is my friend Aaryan.
Hello everyone.
He is in first year automobile engineering.
Right.
Yeah, and he kind of wanted to do it, but he kind of struggled through the days
Always,
to.
always wanted to do. Always wanted to do.
So yeah, so right off the bat, first question: I know from many years that you really like stocks and investment, mutual fund, cryptocurrencies, like stuff. So what do you think got you into stocks?
Like basically, I find it magical because, like if you find some stock and you invest certain money into it, and basically you are not doing any work. You are only analyzing how it will grow, what are the fundamentals of the company, whatever all that normal stuff you do, and then you are just sitting at home. And after some point, you will just check it and you'll see you reap the rewards of what you are investing. So basically, not much work, but you get the money like that.
Okay. So it is like you're just sitting at home and then you're putting some effort, but the
Yeah.
rewards are much higher
Yeah,
than.
this is basically only for long term. But if you go into a little shorter span of trading, like basically intraday or swing trades, then there is a bit of hard work.
Okay. So
Because
can you explain the difference between intra day
intraday,
trading and swing trades?
intraday basically intraday means, as the name goes, intraday means when the day ends, that position you have that bought into the market will expire.
Okay.
So you enter and exit in the same day.
Okay.
And if you say swing trades, basically if the trade which you have taken exceeds one day, also you can say it becomes a swing trade. Because that is, let's say for example, a stock ABC has gone up to price 100,
Hmm.
and you have bought into the stock,
Yeah.
and now your view is that this stock is going from 100 to 120. So basically this stock will not go from 100 to 120 within a single day.
Hmm.
So
So
your view is a bit long, but not as long as a year.
okay. So it is more than a day, but less than a year,
Yeah.
basically.
So what will happen is, now the name, as the name suggests, swing trading, the market will not go from 100 to 120 directly in one swing.
Okay.
So the market will go up, it will go to 105, then it will come down to 101, probably till 98 also. Then it will go up again to 110.
Okay.
Probably
So
it might
there
touch.
will be waves
Yeah,
of increment and decrement.
yes, correct,
Like
exactly.
that.
So this waves of increment and decrement, one specific wave is called as a swing.
Okay.
So this is a swing, that is why we call it swing trade.
You really like stocks. So I just want to ask, how did you start to learn about it? What intrigued you to begin it?
Basically, what intrigued me is, see, everyone is obsessed with money, but trading is something which teaches you more than earning money. So,
Hmm.
if you see, emotions play a very important role while you are trading. You know, to be in that situation where one move can get you loads of money, and one move can get you drown yourself into losses.
Yeah,
That
high
is one
risk,
thing.
high reward,
So you
basically.
learn to work in a very stressful environment, and that's the beauty of it actually, if
Hmm.
you see. And basically, if you go for long term, you just sit 1 hour a day, you analyze. Mutual funds, they're a very good thing because basket of stocks. You invest
Hmm.
certain money every month through SIPs,
Yeah.
systematic
So
investment
you
plans.
know that the money is going there and
Yeah,
it's not going anywhere else.
yeah, and then you get yearly benefits. After
Yeah.
that, you track. Suppose you have invested 50,000 at a return of, I would say, 12 to 13%, depending on how the Nifty is performing. Basically, mutual funds which track the Nifty are the best mutual funds.
Okay.
Nifty 50 basically is the
Yeah, the
top
list of top
50
50
companies
companies.
of India.
Yeah.
So that is really great, because if you, like, suppose I'm a 40-year-old person and I want to plan for my son's education, so I'll start investing when I will be 30,
Hmm.
and
Correct.
then through 10 years when my child grows up, and then suppose I started investing in 1 lakh, that 1 lakh can be compounded into probably a crore also,
Hmm.
depending on
In
what
10
choices you
years.
make with the stocks.
Yes. That
That's it.
depends on the decisions that you take early on, which will bear fruits later on.
Barefoot trader, similarly.
It's
So
like
see,
that.
so many ideologies of life that you can learn through trading only.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. But I think what they say about ideologies is that when you start trading in that, you start to learn the ideologies itself.
Right.
Yeah. So like if you're in a very high risky trade, the ideology is that never give up will constantly hit your head. It
Constantly,
will
yeah.
be like, "Ki, don't give up. It's okay. The downs will come for the ups to come later."
Yep.
It's like that.
And like the market, if you see, the market will not be like, हाँ भाई आज मेरे को लॉस हो गया, कल भी वो मेरे को लॉस देगा. Market is brutal. It cuts you off.
Yeah.
Similarly, life does that same thing.
Yeah.
Life will not
Life
see
is never fair.
never
That's
fair.
that's what
It will not see कि हाँ भाई इस बंदे ने बहुत हार्डशिप सह ली है, इसको अभी कम कर दो और आ जाएगा उसके ऊपर.
Yeah, true.
That is why there is a rule, there are certain psychologies which you abide by while trading. So like if you have booked certain losses, certain number of losses, like 3 to 4, you know that you are not in form on that day. So basically you just switch off your whatever device you're trading on and just sit calmly.
Yeah.
Then you wait for the next day because opportunities present itself in the market every second. Similarly in life,
Yes.
ideology.
They say, yeah.
Same thing.
It's like if opportunity is like if it knocks on one door and that door is closed, it
Closed.
like it opens
Another one
many doors more.
Yep.
So it's like that. And yeah, thanks for telling the viewers and me about
My
your
pleasure.
views and your ideologies on stocks. So the next question is basically, mm, what do you think about your craze for cars? How did that happen? How, like, I want to know about it.
This podcast can go a bit long, more than 15 minutes.
It's not a problem. कोई problem नहीं है.
ये पूरे टाइम लाइफ पे 24 आवर्स चलेगा ऐसा मैं बात करूंगा ना गाड़ियों
It's
पे.
okay, it's okay. But नहीं, like, तू timelines में बता, but थोड़ा brief में, like, the viewers can understand this.
So basically when I was small, Disney के movies आते थे, cars वगैरह. I was very obsessed about, first of all I was obsessed about the fact that it is a living thing. वो movies में वैसे दिखाए थे.
Yeah, yeah.
But then as men, we like toys, we like cars.
Yeah.
So I had
Gotta
this,
have that Hot Wheels.
gotta have that Hot Wheels. So I had this cycle of mine, एंड वेरी स्मॉल साइकिल. उसका पूरा पेंट करोड़ हो गया था वगैरह, सब कुछ एकदम खराब था. बट वो कार्स का मूवी देखने के बाद आई फेल्ट दैट दिस थिंग इट रियली हैज़ अ सोल. सो आई यूज्ड टू थिंक दैट एवरी नॉन लिविंग थिंग बेसिकली अ कार. मेरे को नॉन लिविंग बोलने के लिए अच्छा नहीं लग रहा, इट गोज अगेंस्ट माई राइट्स. Yeah, but so everything basically it has a soul. Basically, and how, and if you see deeply, God makes us. That is why we call him God. And we have that knowledge to build something like a car.
Yeah.
That
So
is too deep.
for that car, we are God.
We are God.
Yeah.
So you have a very deep relationship with that thing, and also it is quite beautiful how it is made. Basically, first Henry Ford ने चालू किया था assembly line.
Yeah.
And उससे चालू हुआ सब कुछ.
Yeah.
So
after that, after Ferrari came, and then
Ferrari basically revolution. He dedicated his life to cars.
Yeah. And then Lamborghini, Bugatti was way before that.
Way before that,
Many,
yes.
many
World War,
cars.
many cars of Bugatti got lost in the war actually.
Yeah.
They can cost you around $100 million in today's date.
Yeah.
So basically, I'm more interested in sports cars than passenger vehicles. Passenger vehicles, basically, the features get over because it just takes you from point A to point B. Sports cars, you get that adrenaline rush, the speed, the power,
that handling.
There's a different personality for sports cars if you see. Similarly for bikes. Correct. That is why the obsession.
Yeah. So I just want to ask a little question on the path of cars. Like, which car is your favorite? Like, imagine you have infinite amount of money. You will want to buy that one car. Which car is that?
There is this Swedish automaker called Koenigsegg. So basically, it was started by Christian von Koenigsegg. So he built his first engine at the age of 20.
Okay, so around my age.
Around your like.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So he built his first engine at that age, and like his at first his dad didn't support him to start a company. Basically, his family business, he had a family business, but it was nothing related to cars.
Okay.
So he had a very small team and he started working on cars. And when the first car came out, I guess it was Koenigsegg CC8 during that time, CC8S. It was the most powerful engine of that time when it got launched.
Okay. And that too manufactured and designed by a 20-year-old.
Designed by a 20-year-old, and more, I guess I'm not at that time, probably not the one he made when he was 20 years old, but the same design which was developed after that.
Okay.
Because at first, if I'm not wrong, Koenigsegg used engines from a different company, but then they started developing it in-house.
Okay.
Another thing I like about the fact is that every single part is made in-house in the factory only.
Which is really good.
If you see
quality control.
I can't give an example of Tata because Tata makes passenger vehicles, but like for every single thing from the dashboard to the radio, Tata can import parts from other companies. There's this Indian company called Motherson Sumi. If people into the stock market, they might have heard about it. So basically, it gives parts to Ford, Tata, other such companies,
Okay.
even nut bolts and everything.
Okay, so it basically just makes spare parts for the
Spare
companies.
parts for the
Yeah.
company. So if you see
Alright.
any day you check the market, the auto sector is down. It will be mostly because of certain those companies which don't provide the spare parts.
Okay,
That is why
okay.
the sector falls down.
So the raw material, maybe the raw material didn't reach there at
Yes,
time, or maybe some assembly line
stuff.
issue happened.
And
So
very early in his this journey, he had a setback where they had actually bought a hangar from the Air Force, not the actual Swedish Air Force, but there was this squadron, retired squadron. So they bought the hangar and they converted the hangar into a factory for making cars,
okay,
because they had a runway for testing out the top speed also.
yeah,
And then suddenly there was a fire inside
okay,
the factory.
okay,
Yeah, so basically, if you have a small company and you want your product to be exclusive, you will manufacture limited products
yeah,
just to maintain the exclusivity.
yeah,
And also because you want to cut down your costs. Because I
yes,
am started out, I can't build so many products.
yeah.
And
The
in
assembly line will be short.
short. So
Yeah.
in that situation, they lost so many of their cars and they couldn't commit to the customers at that time. But even after that, the company didn't shut down. So
That's
basically,
nice.
after that, after I think it took around 8 years to develop the Agera RS. Basically, there is this car called Koenigsegg Agera which was developed. It broke the top speed record set by the Bugatti Veyron.
Okay.
And if I'm
So
not
by
wrong,
the way, if I don't think if any of you would not know what Bugatti Veyron is, it is the most fastest car in the world. It was
it was
fastest car in the world. After which Koenigsegg
broke
beat it.
the record.
Yeah.
So the record it set was basically, I guess, 250 miles, around that, 250 miles per hour.
Hmm.
And Koenigsegg Agera shattered the record. It took around 274 miles per hour.
Man. And by the way,
74.
270 miles is in kilometers is what, 350 somewhere?
No, actually, it is around 400. It crosses
Okay.
400.
So yeah, it's humongous.
So if you
Yeah.
see 300 miles per hour is 500 kilometers per hour,
So there is
basically,
a 200 value difference.
value difference.
Okay.
So right now, many automakers are trying to break that 300 mile per hour mark because it
Okay.
is something which is like a crown jewel,
Okay.
fastest to 300,
Okay.
like
It's like you get into that exclusivity club.
exclusivity club. So basically, right now, Koenigsegg has introduced another model called Koenigsegg Jesko.
Okay.
So another interesting story is it shows how Christian von Koenigsegg values his family. So this car Koenigsegg Jesko was going to be named as Koenigsegg Ragnarok.
Okay.
So they are Swedish.
By the from the Thor.
No, basic. Yeah, if you see, Thor is from Norse mythology,
Yes.
and Norse mythology is from Sweden. So
Yes.
they have
Yeah.
this myth. So that
Correct.
is why Ragnarok. But everyone in the company knew that it was not going to be Ragnarok.
Okay.
So Christian von Koenigsegg especially spread this rumor purposely, and the day it was going to get unveiled, this was for his father. So his father's name is Jesko.
Okay. So it was like he wanted the news to be in a dilemma that it will be Ragnarok, but
Yeah,
then he dedicated it for his
because
father.
even if it leaks out, it's the surprise is for his father. The
Yes.
crowd does not matter at that time.
Yeah.
So his father was very surprised seeing that he named the car after him.
That to a car which is worth millions. Basically.
Yeah, I guess it
It
is
for him it would be like priceless.
priceless.
Basically.
It is. I guess it will go up to 4 million with options.
Okay.
Koenigsegg Jesko and speculates that it can break the 300 mile per hour mark.
It's like it's what determination and consistency
Yeah,
takes you
takes
where.
you. And another thing is every car they have, they innovate something or the other. So if you
Okay.
see, Bugatti recently revealed this model called the Chiron 300 Plus.
Hmm.
So it was named 300 Plus because the car went 300 miles per hour.
Okay.
Now a certain person might ask that then why are you supporting Koenigsegg? Even Bugatti broke the 300 mile per hour record.
Yeah.
The difference is that Bugatti specially prepared that car
To break the 300
mile per hour. So
per hour.
there were the seats were customized into carbon fiber cockpits. Basically, there was not much cushioning in the seats. All that. What Koenigsegg did was it took a car directly from the production line, which it will be giving to a customer,
Yeah.
and just directly tested it on track. When the Agera RS was tested, some of the performance crew they asked Christian von Koenigsegg, should we remove the side mirrors of the car because the driver has to drive straight. He does not need side mirrors.
Yeah.
He told, let it be there.
I'm just putting out these questions very randomly, but I know from a fact that you are a fan of movies, but not specifically movies, but the movies which hold
Certain meaning.
certain meaning and
Right.
whose direction is way beyond understanding of the general public. So, what do you think? And can you give us some examples? And
Like basically, I have an eye for art. I mean, there are certain movies which go flop, but if you see the direction and the dialogues are basically outstanding. But because it, Gen Z has a mindset of certain taste. If it
yeah,
is against that taste, they won't like it.
okay,
We have to be
correct.
better than that, if you see.
Hmm. Hmm.
And I like to I am a movie buff because I capture certain moments from those movies. I apply it to my real life, and then I relate both of them, and then I find solutions of real life, like that.
Okay.
Some example, basically my favorite movie, Brad Pitt is one of my favorite actors.
Oh, that's nice.
So Fight Club.
Fight Club. Yeah.
Fight
Number one rule about Fight Club:
Yeah,
you don't talk
we
about it.
broke that rule. Brad Pitt, if you are watching today's video, please don't get offended. We broke the first rule.
It's not a problem.
Not a problem. So basically, in that movie, they take us to this point where uh, advertising has us chasing cars and clothes. This is
Yeah.
where he starts his speech.
The rat race.
Yeah,
what
the
is-
rat race, basically escape the matrix.
Yeah.
So we are stuck in this web of working for someone else.
Yeah.
We see our parents, we have to go somewhere out, we need a vacation, they need a vacation to apply for those leaves. And there is some things going on at work. Their bosses won't allow them to be on a
Yeah,
leave,
yeah,
all that.
yeah.
That is what, when a person is given no freedom,
Hmm.
that is how it works, basically.
Okay. So he's basically stuck in a
Trapped
loop.
into a matrix, basically.
Yeah.
That is the web
He has
which
to
you need to get out.
work, and if he wants vacation, he has to ask his boss. He has
Ask
no
his
freedom,
freedom
and his salary is maintained at a certain level,
at a
so that
certain
his
level.
daily expenses are also maintained at a
Maintained.
certain level. He's not unemployed, but he's not also extremely rich,
Like,
where he can choose what he wants every day.
he's moving forward in life only through time,
Yeah,
not from place.
not
He's
from
getting
place.
old only.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
the goal is not money, actually. Money will come, but main goal is freedom.
Yeah. It is said that money gives you freedom, but as Andrew Tate also said that the government and all the people around you which are controlling you, like 50 years, 60 years before, they used to have slaves.
Yeah.
What they used to do with slaves is that they used to, you know pull them, work them in the fields, work them in the factories, feed them, let them off again. What is happening in this real world right now, not the real world but the matrix,
Matrix.
is they are pulling the slaves, which we call workers or
Workers, employees.
employees, and
They
they're
show the
giving them,
note, they show the money.
yeah,
That is why you
and the money is actually produced by the government
produced
itself,
by the government
by
itself.
the matrix itself. So
Basically,
they are basically running after thin air.
thin air.
Yeah.
If you see from an investor's point of view, that thing which we said is already showing results. So paper assets, money is losing value.
Yes.
We are
Yes, slowly
more
and steadily.
in
It is. I watched it on YouTube some time back that 2023 there is going to be a recession, sort of.
recession. Yeah,
A very small amount.
we are already on the edge of one, and basically we are getting more inclined towards crypto.
Mhm.
So one mode of currency for the entire world, no paper assets, nothing, full transparency, no government will be involved.
Yeah,
Like
which
that.
it is a good thing. And Andrew Tate also said that one day his hair, barber, hair cutter stuff, he came to his house, and he told him a story that I don't want to do cash payments, or I don't want to do checks or bank payments with you, because I want to do crypto with you, just because the crypto doesn't have any, like लोग पूछते नहीं है इधर उधर, मगजमारी नहीं रहता इतना.
हाँ.
Like in what 2 minutes, 1 minute, you can easily send it like GPay. But when you have to send what, like a million or 2 million in cash from here and there, the banks will be like, they'll hold you around your neck and they'll be like, no, why are you sending this? Give us the reasons.
अमेरिकन बंदे को रुपया दूंगा तो वो मेरे को ही चमाट मारेगा.
हाँ,
उसको डॉलर चाहिए
वही
या
वही.
उसको एक कॉमन मोड चाहिए जो क्रिप्टो है.
Yeah, man. Life, like it teaches slowly and steadily stuff जो सिखाने का है, but it teaches in lessons.
Lessons.
Slowly and steadily, like hard truth.
So
is
the
much
main
better than
thing to
beautiful
follow
land.
is invest in God's resources. And what is God resources? Which was already there since the beginning of time. That is gold, silver,
Yeah.
all those stuff, all of that which is rare but is formed naturally.
Okay.
So gold will never lose its value
Yes.
because it is already
it's
scarce
already less.
and it
Yeah.
is God's resource.
Yes. It's not God's resource, but that's what they tag
That's what
as
they
in.
tag.
Yeah. So, but there are also natural resources like water and stuff,
आगे
sunlight.
जाके तो ये भी कम लग इसमें भी इन्वेस्ट करना पड़ेगा लगता है.
Solar energy as we
Solar.
speak, solar farms, tidal
बिस्लेरी
energy
का
farms.
सीईओ मुकेश अंबानी को बीट कर देगा थोड़े टाइम.
ज्यादा डीप में नहीं जाने के
हाँ.
तो कंट्रोवर्सी हिट होगा. But yeah, so going on to the next question. You're a movie fan, so
Yeah, coming back to the topic.
yeah, coming back to the topic, you're a movie fan, and so with that, on the same path, what values have you got from the movies that you watched? One was Fight Club, and you got the Matrix stuff.
Matrix stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we already told the audience that I am a car enthusiast.
Yes.
So basically, there are certain movies. If you see Ford versus Ferrari,
Yeah,
so
amazing movie. Yeah,
it was
by
an
the way,
amazing
guys.
movie,
Yeah.
and it was a true story where they showed that in the end there was this driver Ken Miles who didn't win.
Yeah.
So it shows that that is how life works. Basically,
You work hard all your life to defeat something or to overcome something, but in the end, if you lose, it's fine.
it's fine.
Yeah.
And the fact is, he was the best driver on track, but because of a certain anomaly, that there was a system from the race where he had to start somewhere from behind the line.
Okay.
And there was a mistake that he made.
Yeah, yeah.
And also, he had certain jealous employees from his team also. So that
They
sabotaged
may
him.
have changed some screws or
Yeah,
done something
that
with the car.
sabotaged him. But basically, it shows that even when you have everything inside you, so there are certain circumstances which
Yeah.
might not
These
let
are
you
the
achieve.
external circumstances.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which we can't control.
Which we can't
And
control.
life is like that only. Difficult, actually. So yeah, that's a very good point that you told, that no matter our internal circumstances, the external circumstances will try to bring us down or will try to do something to harm the internal circumstances. But in the end, if we stay focused and if we are on our right path, even if we lose, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Because we gave our 100%, and if we know the fault isn't ours, and
It doesn't matter how hard you hit.
yeah,
It only matters how hard you can get it.
yeah, and get back up. I guess it was Rocky Balboa's.
Yes,
Yeah.
Stallone.
Sylvester Stallone.
And
Nice.
even this movie, Troy, again Brad Pitt.
Yeah,
Brad Pitt.
man, in the movie Troy, the fight scene.
I don't know how
Bro.
they shot it, but it looks so real. Brad Pitt
Yeah.
looks like a Greek, so he looked like Achilles in the movie.
Yeah, actually.
And there was this line where he's going to fight this really big dude, buffed up muscles.
Yeah,
This,
like what?
I guess 7 feet,
2 feet more than him.
more than him.
Yeah.
And he has this spear in his hand. And when he's going to the previous day, there is this kid who asks him, who tells him that you're going to there is this tag which they called the guy some Thessalonian or something.
Okay.
The kid tells Brad Pitt that you are going to fight this Thessalonian tomorrow. He's the biggest guy ever seen. I would not fight him. And Brad Pitt replies, that is why no one will remember your name.
Oh.
That scene gives me chills every time.
Yeah, goosebumps.
Goosebumps. Even in the end, actually, he goes to fight this guy called Hector.
Hmm.
Hector is he's a very good prince actually. He has integrity, but he wanted to Brad Pitt. Achilles wanted to kill him because he wanted to avenge his brother, and he would have won the war actually. So there is this scene where they are fighting. Again, a very good fight scene actually. And Hector trips over a stone and falls down, while Achilles is, he gives him a blow with a sword on the shield actually. So Achilles had a very good chance of, slitting his throat then
Killing
and there.
him directly.
But he told, "Get up, prince. I won't let a stone steal my glory."
Oh, okay.
So see, when you pay attention to dialogues and you capture those moments and play it by your head, there are some points where you will be facing the same situation in life.
Yeah, that is what builds principle and values
Principle
and
and
ethics. Yeah.
We don't have principles. There is nothing that separates humans from animals.
Yeah, that's the thing. Man, nice, amazing. The movie Troy like teaches you a lot if you watch it with very like dire focus and
Focus.
satisfaction.
So basically people say Netflix and chill सब काम नहीं करता, Instagram काम नहीं करता. Everything has its advantages and disadvantages. The most common line which is used since generation, हर thought of the day स्कूल के असेंबली में ये यूज होता है. एवरी चीज के एडवांटेज होते हैं, डिसएडवांटेज होते हैं. बट अगर उसको अच्छे से परख के देखे तो दिखता है वो.
Yes.
मूवीज किस टाइम पास ही है. मूवीज बेसिकली फॉर एंटरटेनमेंट यू वॉच इट.
Yeah.
बट मूवीज विद मॉरल्स, that is upliftment, that is
Yes.
development.
Yes. And we should know what value we have to get from the movies and how
What
to apply
apply
that
it.
actually. Like if we basically, it's like a fat person just going to the gym and seeing what everyone is doing and then going back home.
Going back
It's
home.
like that. Like if you watch movie just purely for the fact of entertainment, then you won't get anything, because that's your purpose. You're doing it for that.
It's smart work basically.
Yeah.
You
And
watch
if you,
something, you're getting entertained, and also you're learning something.
yeah, and if you go and learn, like as you said, and if you go and learn and if you apply it and if you succeed, then you'll be like, "Ki, man, I just it's like that principle came from a movie." You will be like so surprised on yourself that you motivated and disciplined yourself on such a small thing.
Small thing. And that is when
Yeah.
you realize that these aren't just stories.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
is why people like to watch them.
Yeah, it is said that legends are
Legends.
there and stuff, but it's not actually legend. It's a story on high morals, high
morals,
principles.
high principles.
Yeah.
Glory, ambition, everything.
Yeah, true.
That is why there was a time where I was watching romances, comedy, action, all
Yeah,
that
you
stuff.
used to watch Vampire Diaries and
Yeah,
stuff.
actually, a friend had suggested it to me, so I started watching it.
Hmm.
After some time, I realized there is no use watching. Okay, it is a really good series if you see, but if you see morals, there is morals of brotherhood in that.
Yeah.
But if you see, the main theme which surrounds Vampire Diaries is love triangles.
Oh, okay.
Love
That is like
all that is entertainment, okay, but uh, shows and Netflix, it builds up expectations which you shouldn't have.
Yeah, it shows life, but it shows life in a not a real way.
Not real way.
Yeah.
Very unreal way.
Yeah, very unreal.
So basically, you just stick to something which is real.
Yeah, which is basically biopics.
Biopics,
Yeah.
documentaries.